great smiler.
Hi, Minesh Baxi here, and I'm really excited. We have a couple here who's going to share some interesting information for you. And here is what I have seen. There's a lot of confusion in lots of areas of real estate. And I know it's one of the biggest investments people are going to make in their life. So we have some education for people who are looking to either buy, sell, or home and find a little bit more information which will be useful for them, practical in today's world. So I have Garrett and Amy here. So Garrett, welcome. Amy,
Hi.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm glad you are here and you got big smiles on your face. So hopefully things are doing well right now.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
So why don't you just tell a little bit about, Garrett, you and Amy, about your background so that at least people have a sense of who we are talking to today.
Absolutely. So Garrett Huffman, I've been in the real estate industry for about 10 years. Gotten pretty heavy into the investment side of real estate in the last about year and a half, 2 years.
Okay.
I ran one of the larger real estate teams for about 3 years, so I have a lot of background experience, training, development of systems, and created my own systems for automation and whatnot.
Wow. What did you do before?
I waited tables actually for about 10 years in my 20s. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, and he learned how to cook.
He learned how to cook. Amy knows that about it. So now if you're going to be asking trivia here, it's like, what is your favorite dish?
Oh yeah, no.
What is your favorite dish to cook? None?
I'm really good at the cream sauces.
Cream sauces.
Yeah.
So,
Interesting.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Amy, tell us a little bit about you.
I've been in the real estate industry for 4 years now. Previous to that, I was in the animal industry. I went to college for veterinary technology, and I actually own my own boarding and training equestrian center.
Wow.
So I did a lot with horses for the last probably 12 years, even though I've been in the industry for over 20.
Interesting. Wow, that's a very different background.
Little
And
bit, little bit.
so horses. Wow, I don't know much about horses, and we're not going to horse around here. But
Kind of like the opera. You'll either love it or you hate it. And if you
Interesting.
hate it, you'll still respect it.
wow. Well, I know I'm scared of horses sometimes, just because they are big animals, and if they are not happy with you, then you may not enjoy the experience either. But
True.
it's a really great exercise to do that. Wow. I think we can
Yeah.
talk more about your equestrian experience some other time.
Absolutely.
We'll just stay focused on real estate for the day as well. So what do you love about real estate? Obviously, you are doing it with some passion. You moved to the profession, so tell me.
It's so fluid. Like every real estate transaction has the same 4 components. You got your offer, you got your inspection, your appraisal, and your closing. But everything that can go on between all of those different stages is completely different from every single transaction. Sometimes you can have a neurotic seller. Sometimes you can have lack of communication. Sometimes you might have another agent on the other side of the table that doesn't know what they're doing. You have to coach them and help them. Sometimes you have title issues. Sometimes it's just there's so many different things.
Wow.
It's very dynamic.
It is very dynamic. I can clearly see you are a methodical guy. You
little
like to
bit.
make sure things are done in the proper order.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to do it really, really fast. So I ran straight from showing, and I'm looking to possibly close a transaction within 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Today. So
You're
yeah.
pretty busy making things happen.
You got to be on top of it. You got to be speedy. You got to know what you're doing. So
I think that's very true. And Amy, what got you into real estate?
Partly the horse industry, but that's another conversation. But I love helping people. I've always been the helper. I've always gotten in and what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? What can I do? How can I help you? And, as Garrett just mentioned, how dynamic the industry is, it's also an emotional industry as well. You have emotion on the selling side. You have emotion on the buying side. There's reasons for everything. It's a very human experience. And with that, it's very rewarding.
Very rewarding. Yeah, it's a big investment.
Absolutely.
It's a big step people are taking, and can be pretty scary, and they need somebody to hold their hands, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Now, we talked about this before as well. It's like by the time somebody looks to buy or sell a home, they've had relationship with some other entities before a realtor does, which is called Zillow as an example, right? Most often people are like, hey, I'm looking to buy a home. Let me just go Google it. Let me just go find what I can find about the price, location, and whatever else they can find out. And because Zillow is changing the industry dramatically, and a lot of realtors have been paying Zillow for a long time to fund their marketing and advertisement, right? You know what I'm talking
right.
about?
I do know what
Okay.
you're talking about.
And because I deal with realtors all over the country, as you know. So here is my question to you. Why is Zillow, in your opinion, not a reliable source for some of the information that people are looking for?
Excellent question. So Zillow, when you see they sometimes have that Zestimate that's on there.
Yes.
So it used to be an exact number a couple of years ago, but if you notice, if you actually go on Zillow now, it gives a range. Well, it could be this to this. So Zillow, they do an algorithm estimate. Hey, what's the average price per square foot from, what's selling in that zip code, and they don't take in a lot of external factors, like lakefront, or hey, is that on a main road, or is that close to a school, or does that zip code have this school district and this school district, like Southfield and Troy. There's Birmingham schools in Southfield.
Yes.
And there's also Birmingham schools in Troy. So, but Southfield, you also have Southfield Public Schools. So, there's certain things that factor based off of a zip code that you just really need to know your areas, what the values are, and some of that, is missed by technology.
Wow. So the estimates could be pretty far off, in your opinion?
Yeah, a great example of my mom's house. A few years ago, a bank, Zillow said 215, and they were saying a refi at 215. Lakefront. I sold it in 3 days for almost $100,000 more.
Wow, that's a big Zestimate problem, right?
Big Zestimate problem. Then on the flip side, sold a home that was, probably about $50,000 less than what the Zestimate was for. I mean,
interesting.
Even if you ever read an article and look it up, the CEO of Zillow sold his house for 40% less than what his estimate was. It's a great joke in the real estate industry. So,
and the disclaimers do say that it's for entertainment purposes. So,
is that true? I didn't know that.
Very bottom. Very fine print.
I don't read the fine print that much, but that is definitely
for entertainment purposes.
Wow. My goodness, I didn't know looking for a house was entertainment. I could watch YouTube videos,
Right?
That could be on Netflix for something else for that matter. So where do you see these changes affecting real estate business and real estate agents?
Amy?
Well, the agent is actually coming into the transaction a lot later in the process.
Okay.
But a lot of the changes that Zillow is doing is they're actually trying to remove the agent.
They're trying to remove the agent from the commissions, obviously.
Right, and they're trying to remove that human aspect. And they've also started to create an iBuyer program that kind of correlates along with that. And Garrett can go over a little bit more of the iBuyer program.
What is an iBuyer program?
So Zillow actually did beta tests in 4 markets about 2.5, 3 years ago, where they actually make offers to purchase sellers' homes, completely removing the agent out of the transaction. They've been operating on that. They beta tested, and they are expanding to other markets where, getting an idea or an assessment as to how much your home is worth. I mean, it's hard to actually do that. There's some things that you can factor in, but if you get an offer for it's $100,000 more than what it is, I would take it. But
exactly.
We've set ourselves a little bit apart in the real estate industry locally. Is we as an agents, we actually do offer to buy houses, and
tell me more about that. That's a very different proposition, right? So if I walk to a realtor, he's not going to obviously buy the house. So tell me, how did you get, obviously you mentioned investments, so I understand that. So tell me more about that.
So we go through a home, so we're assessing it. So we kind of look at a property and we evaluate, what is it going to be worth if it's in HGTV condition? Because we know when a buyer's shopping for a house or watching House Hunters, pick one of 3. That's not real life. That's not how it goes. That's dramatized. But people look for that when they're looking into, okay, well, I want a house that's updated. I want this and this. So when a home sells completely updated, it's going to have a different value than one that's not completely updated. So,
very true.
Somebody that may have a home that's not updated, they want to compare their house to the one that has been. It's like, well, you have a $50,000 adjustment there because you don't have a brand new kitchen and all these materials. So
there's also another gray area with people that go through and they replace certain things, but it's like you just said, it's the quality of what you're replacing. It may have updated flooring, it may have updated this, that, or the other, but is it truly you know,
A value add.
at value. You know, some updated homes are updated and they look nice, yes, but they're also not at premium market price. And sometimes sellers have a little bit of trouble choking down that, you know, they aren't going to get premium price for their upgrades because they didn't know what they didn't know, and they didn't seek that education from the people that would be selling their home.
Yeah.
Interesting.
For example, you can put $50,000 into a basement very easily.
Correct.
But you're only going to get maybe a $20,000 return off of that.
Yeah.
You're not going to get.
It's not the best return, ROI.
Yeah, you're not going to get a. You're not going to get a one-to-one return. So I can't tell you how many times I've gotten that same part of that conversation. I put $50,000 in my basement, and I have $20,000 in landscaping.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You're not going to get $20,000 back out of landscaping because that's a personal touch. It's great curb appeal.
Yeah.
Great, you know, that's going to be great for resale value, but you don't have $20,000 in additional value because you put $20,000 of perennials in your yard. It's not there.
Everybody's going to be a little bit. Yeah, kitchen is usually, I think, one of the places people say you get better return on investment.
Yep, kitchen, bathrooms, and then you know when we do buy houses, you know we're looking to renovate them ourselves, so you know, we do give a cash value. We go through and we assess it. We actually make an offer on every house that we go through. But you know, it's not meant to be offensive because we are looking to make money on it. We're not looking to you know buy them for fun.
Sure.
But you know, we always cater to her.
Yeah.
So she's got her master bedroom. That's her. That's her sanctum. And then you know her master bathroom. And then the kitchen. Like, you know, happy wife, happy life is usually how most men are going to operate. So she wants it, she can get it. So
yes, and those are the areas that most people would want to be. I think that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. So what other tips do you have for buyers or sellers who are looking to get some information, education on real estate?
So it's great when buyers start looking around. They like, as you had stated earlier, as agents, we're in the game a lot later. 20 years ago, the agent was the source of the information.
Correct.
But now with how the internet's kind of reshaped the real estate industry, well, now you can look casually online. But the thing is yes, every real estate deal has got the same 4 components.
Yes.
But it takes a professional to navigate some of those components. I could tell you all.
It's not a robotic science yet.
No, like when you're looking online, that's the fascia aspect of it. Oh, that looks so pretty. Okay, yeah, that could be your house, but okay, well, let's get you talking to a lender. You know, are you getting the right rate? You know, you know, did you shop your rate? You know, hey, you got to get title insurance, and you know, well, then we got to get through inspection. And you're buying a used home, you're not getting a new home.
Yes.
So you know, understanding that when you do go through an inspection on a 100-year-old house, you are going to find problems. A seller's not going to fix all those problems.
No.
You know, and as a buyer, if you're expecting all those problems to be fixed, you know, that's an unreasonable expectation. So then, like, just navigating through everything of it, and like, there's one that we had to close in Detroit earlier this year. We got under contract within 24 hours. Took us 9 months to close because somebody was committing land contract fraud on the property over and over and over and over. So we had to go through title issues. I mean, from face value, you don't know about that, but how do you navigate that kind of stuff?
Well, just like somebody who has been through it understands that, and somebody who has not done it repeatedly doesn't know what to expect. And I think if you're driven the same road for so many times, you know where the challenges are. But if somebody's driving the road for the first time using GPS, they don't know the detours to take really from that perspective. So as we wrap up, go ahead, say.
I said exactly.
Yeah, okay. So how do people get hold of you? Tell us a little bit about your obviously company name as well as phone number, so people who are looking, watching, understanding want to get hold of you.
Well, we're the Huffman Group. We are on all social media platforms, so you can find us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, all of those. I believe you also have Twitter as well. Do you have a Twitter one? Okay. I had to double check on that.
I don't follow Twitter.
But,
so.
go ahead.
HuffmanGroupProperties.com is
Huffman
our website.
Property, and Huffman is HU.
HUFFMAN Group huffproperties.com. Then I'm Garrett Huffman. So
Easy enough to know that, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a phone number or something you want to give to people that they can get hold of you?
Yeah, you know what? I'll give you my cell phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
For everybody that's out there, it's 248-787-9667. And email super simple. Garrett with 2 R's, 2 T's, .Huffman@soulbyhuffman.com.
Very good. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Any last comments before we wrap up here?
No, I think we're all good.
Yeah, well, thanks again for coming. I
Thank
really
you,
enjoyed.
Minesh.
I hope you got some good value from listening to Garrett and Amy here. And good luck to you folks. Enjoy the time here.
Happy Friday.
Yep.